Hi everyone, I wanted to make a quick video to show you how to achieve a shallow depth of field in photography and film. This is aimed mainly at beginners who are just getting the hang of their camcorders and cameras and trying to help you achieve a shallow depth of field. Now, here is our base footage. Now, the first thing you are going to do is put your camera into a manual mode, or a mode where you can control the aperture and settings like that. If your camera doesn't have these settings, you're just going to have to hang in there for the next tip and see if that helps. So basically, once you get your camera in the manual mode, or whatever that might be, you're going to change the f-stop, which is the f value, to the lowest number you can. This is basically opening up your aperture to let in more light, and this shallows your depth of field. Alternatively, if you want a really deep depth of field, you can just crank it up. The next step is to zoom in as much as possible. This will shallow your depth of field even further. Now, the only problem with this method, and why it's not often used, is because it'll make your picture look like everything is closer together. Now, this may or may not be what you're looking for, but often it doesn't really make that much difference. An additional note to that, never use your digital zoom. You should almost never use your digital zoom anyway, and this is no exception, because what it's actually doing is using your optical zoom and then taking that picture and just digitally magnifying it. So you're going to have the same amount of pixels, you're just going to be zoomed in much closer. So it's gonna look really bad. And besides, you can always just do the same thing on your computer later. A very important part of doing this, you have to use manual focus. Because autofocus, it doesn't know what it's doing, and you're really not gonna get good control unless you use manual focus. Unless, of course, you're taking a video of a sporting event or something like that, but in that case you wouldn't want a shallow depth of field. When you're using your manual focus, try to get the closest focus setting. So basically, a typical camera, well, for example my camera, it has a range of like usually about 3 feet to 8 feet when it's zoomed all the way in. So I'm going to try and get the thing I want in focus 3 feet away rather than 7 or 8 feet away, because that'll give me the shallowest depth of field possible. Alright, that's the basics of depth of field. I hope you liked the video, and I'm really trying to get my channel off the ground, so if you could subscribe, rate, or comment, that would be really appreciated. Alright, thanks for watching.